For decades, American grandmothers cooked full meals using simple kitchen tricks that most people have completely forgotten today. Some of these methods were created during the Great Depression, while others came from rural farm kitchens long before modern grocery stores existed. Number 6 will probably leave you shocked. Number 3 feels almost unbelievable, and I truly believe you have never heard about numbers 7 and 9 before. Behind every recipe was hardship, survival, and a quiet kind of creativity that helped families stay fed during some of the hardest years in American history. Many of these forgotten cooking secrets were once written inside dusty cookbooks, farmhouse newspapers, and handwritten family journals that slowly disappeared over time. Yet a few people still remember how these vintage kitchen tricks actually worked. Stay until the end, because some of these forgotten ideas can completely change the way you look at food today. Subscribe now to America's Lost Recipes for more forgotten stories and lost kitchen secrets from America's past. 1. The coffee can bacon grease trick. During the 1930s and 1940s, many American families kept an old coffee can beside the stove for one important reason. After frying bacon, grandmothers carefully poured the hot grease into the can instead of throwing it away. Nothing was wasted during hard times. Once the grease cooled, it became a valuable cooking fat used for frying potatoes, seasoning beans, or making cornbread taste richer. Rural families especially depended on this habit because store-bought butter and cooking oil were expensive or difficult to find. Some women even strained the grease through cloth to remove burnt pieces and make it last longer. Old Southern cookbooks frequently mention bacon drippings as a kitchen saver during difficult winters. The smell alone became part of daily farmhouse life. For many families, that simple coffee can sitting near the stove represented survival, resourcefulness, and comfort during America's hardest years. 2. Depression-era potato water gravy. During the Great Depression, many households learned how to stretch even the smallest amount of food. One forgotten trick involved the cloudy water left behind after boiling potatoes. Instead of pouring it away, grandmothers transformed it into a thin but flavorful gravy. Flour, black pepper, and small amounts of bacon grease were mixed directly into the hot potato water to create a filling sauce served over biscuits, bread, or mashed potatoes. Families in Appalachia and the rural Midwest relied on recipes like this when meat was scarce and money disappeared overnight. The starch from the potatoes naturally thickened the liquid, making the gravy feel heavier than it really was. Some old community cookbooks from the 1930s described it as poor man's gravy. Today it sounds unusual, but during hard winters it helped countless American families survive with dignity and almost nothing inside the pantry. 3. Grandma's newspaper vegetable drawer method. Long before modern refrigerators controlled humidity, grandmothers used newspapers to keep vegetables fresh much longer. In the 1920s and 1930s, many families wrapped lettuce, carrots, cabbage, and celery inside layers of newspaper before placing them inside wooden ice boxes or cellar drawers. The paper absorbed extra moisture while protecting vegetables from drying too quickly. Farm families especially depended on this trick because grocery trips could take hours and fresh produce needed to last for days or even weeks. Some women changed the newspaper every few days to prevent spoilage and mold. Old homemaking magazines from the 1940s recommended black and white newspaper because colored ink sometimes transferred onto food. During wartime rationing, keeping vegetables fresh became even more important. Many children grew up watching grandparents carefully fold newspaper around every head of lettuce. It looked simple, but this forgotten kitchen habit quietly prevented waste in thousands of American homes for generations. 4. The cast iron cornbread revival secret. In many Southern homes, cornbread was not considered complete unless it came from a heavy cast iron skillet. Grandmothers believed the pan itself carried flavor from years of cooking. Before pouring in the batter, the skillet was heated with bacon grease until it nearly smoked. That single step created the crisp golden crust many families still remember today. During the 1930s and 1940s, cast iron cookware remained common because it lasted for generations and handled open-fire cooking better than newer pans. Some women refused to wash their skillets with soap, fearing it would destroy the seasoning built over decades. Old church cookbooks often warned young brides never to ruin a family skillet. cornbread became more than food in rural America. It represented tradition, survival, and comfort during uncertain years when simple meals carried deep emotional value around crowded dinner tables every evening. 5. Vinegar pie from the Hard Times kitchen. Vinegar pie became famous during periods when fresh fruit was impossible to afford or completely unavailable. During the Great Depression and earlier frontier years, grandmothers discovered that vinegar, sugar, butter, and spices could imitate the sharp sweetness of lemon filling inside a pie crust. Many families called it a desperation dessert because it appeared most often during financial hardship. Apple cider vinegar was usually preferred because it created a softer flavor that tasted surprisingly close to citrus. Rural cookbooks from the late 19th century often included versions of this recipe because farms sometimes went months without fresh produce. Children who tasted it for the first time rarely guessed the main ingredient correctly. During wartime rationing in the 1940s, vinegar pie returned to kitchens across America once again. Today the recipe sounds strange, yet for struggling families it once brought comfort, sweetness, and a sense of normal life during difficult years. 6. Old icebox butter preservation tricks. Before electric refrigerators became common, keeping butter fresh during summer heat required careful planning. Grandmothers often stored butter inside ceramic crocks placed in cool spring houses, shaded wells, or wooden iceboxes packed with large blocks of ice. One popular method involved pressing the butter tightly into containers and covering the top with salted water. The layer helped block air and slowed spoilage during hot weather. Farm women also wrapped butter in damp cloth to keep it cooler for longer periods. During the early 20th century, butter represented valuable labor because many families churned it by hand from fresh cream. Losing even a small amount meant wasting precious food and hours of work. Old household guides frequently warned women to keep butter away from onions or strong-smelling foods because it absorbed odors quickly. These forgotten preservation tricks helped American households survive long summers before modern refrigeration changed everyday kitchen life forever. 7. The salt pork jar every farmhouse kept. For generations, salt pork remained one of the most important survival foods inside rural American homes. Grandmothers stored thick pieces of heavily salted pork inside large crocks or jars where the meat could last for months without refrigeration. During winter, small chunks were cut away and added to beans, cabbage, potatoes, or soups to create flavor and extra calories. In many farmhouse kitchens, the salt pork jar sat close to the stove because it was used almost daily. Families valued it because fresh meat was expensive and difficult to preserve before electric refrigeration became widespread. During the 19th century and early 20th century, travelers and laborers often carried salt pork because it survived long journeys better than fresh food. Old farming journals described it as the backbone of the country kitchen. Today it sounds simple, but for countless American families, that jar of preserved pork quietly helped them endure harsh winters and economic hardship. Bacon fat fried apples from Appalachia. In the Appalachian Mountains, fried apples cooked in bacon fat became a comforting breakfast and supper dish for working families. Grandmothers sliced hard apples directly into hot cast-iron skillets after frying bacon earlier in the morning. The leftover grease added a smoky flavor while brown sugar or molasses created sweetness without wasting expensive ingredients. During the early 20th century, Appalachian communities depended heavily on preserved foods and simple farm produce because isolated mountain roads limited access to stores. Apples remained one of the few fruits available through much of the year, especially after autumn harvest season. Some families served the fried apples beside biscuits or salt pork, while others ate them alone during difficult winters. Old regional cookbooks described the dish as both practical and comforting. The combination of sweet apples and salty bacon fat reflected the resourcefulness that defined mountain cooking traditions for generations across rural America. 9. The forgotten flour sack bread method. During the early 20th century, flour sacks served more purposes than most people imagine today. After the flour was used, grandmothers carefully cleaned the cotton sacks and turned them into bread cloths for rising dough. The fabric helped trap warmth while protecting bread from dust and insects inside crowded farmhouse kitchens. Many women believed the soft cotton created lighter loaves because the dough stayed moist during rising. During the Great Depression, nothing inside the kitchen when used, especially fabric. Some flour companies even printed colorful patterns on sacks because families reused them for clothing, curtains, and kitchen towels. Old homemaking guides frequently recommended flour sackcloth for bread making because it was durable and washable. This forgotten method quietly became part of daily baking traditions across rural America for decades. 10. Grandma's tin can cookies savor trick. Many grandmothers believed cookies stayed fresh longer when stored inside old metal tins instead of glass jars. During the 1930s and 1940s, families often reused coffee tins, biscuit containers, or large holiday candy cans to protect homemade treats from humidity and insects. Some women placed a small piece of bread inside the tin because it helped cookies remain soft for several extra days. Others layered wax paper between batches to prevent sticking and preserve flavor. During wartime rationing, homemade cookies carried special meaning because sugar and butter were difficult to obtain. Every batch represented effort, planning, and precious ingredients. Old kitchen magazines frequently described metal tins as dependable pantry tools that kept baked goods tasting fresh longer than wooden containers. For many children growing up during those years, opening a decorated cookie tin felt almost magical. Sometimes the smell alone instantly filled the entire kitchen with warmth and comfort. 11. Hoover stew and leftover survival cooking. During the Great Depression, struggling families created meals from whatever remained inside the kitchen. One famous example became known as Hoover stew, named after President Herbert Hoover during the economic collapse of the 1930s. The dish usually combined macaroni, canned tomatoes, beans, hot dogs, potatoes, or any leftovers available at the moment. There was rarely a single correct recipe because every household used different ingredients depending on what they could afford. Soup kitchens across America sometimes served large versions of the meal to unemployed workers and hungry families waiting in long lines. Grandmothers learned how to stretch one small pot into enough food for several people. Old newspaper articles described Hoover stew as simple but filling during desperate years. Today it may sound ordinary, yet for many Americans, meals like this helped families survive one of the darkest economic periods in the nation's history with resilience and determination. 12. The Dust Bowl Dandelion Salad Secret. During the Dust Bowl years of the 1930s, many farming families across the Midwest struggled to find fresh food after drought and dust storms destroyed crops. In some homes, grandmothers gathered wild dandelion greens from fields and roadsides to create simple salads packed with nutrition. The leaves were often mixed with onions, vinegar, bacon grease, or boiled eggs whenever available. Older generations already understood that dandelions contained important vitamins, especially during seasons when vegetables were scarce or expensive. Some families briefly soaked the greens in cold water to reduce bitterness before serving them at supper tables. Rural newspapers and extension guides sometimes encouraged people to use edible wild plants during difficult times. Children often disliked the sharp taste at first, but many later remembered these meals for the comfort they brought during hardship. What looked like ordinary weeds quietly became survival food for countless struggling American families during one of the harshest environmental disasters in history. 13. Cornmeal mush suppers of the 1930s. During the Great Depression, cornmeal mush became a dependable meal for families trying to survive on very little money. The dish was made by slowly cooking cornmeal with water, salt, or milk until it thickened into a heavy porridge. Some households served it soft in bowls, while others cooled it overnight, sliced it, and fried it in bacon grease the next morning. Cornmeal remained cheap, filling, and easy to store during difficult years when many pantry shelves sat nearly empty. Rural families across the Midwest and Appalachia depended on meals like this because meat and fresh produce were often unavailable. Old cookbooks described cornmeal mush as humble but practical survival food. Children who grew up during the 1930s often remembered the smell of frying mush before school on cold mornings. For many families, this simple dish represented endurance during years of unemployment and uncertainty across America. 14. The Sunday Chicken Dripping Dumpling Trick. In many rural American homes, Sunday dinner often included roasted chicken because it was considered a special family meal. After the meat was served, grandmothers carefully saved every drop of chicken drippings left inside the roasting pan. Nothing valuable was wasted. The rich liquid became the base for soft dumplings cooked slowly on the stove later that evening or the following day. Flour, water, and small amounts of milk were mixed into simple dough before being dropped into simmering broth. During the 1930s and 1940s, meals like this helped stretch one chicken far enough to feed large households more than once. Old Southern cookbooks frequently praised chicken drippings for adding flavor without requiring expensive ingredients. Children often waited eagerly for the dumplings because they absorbed the savory broth perfectly. This forgotten kitchen habit transformed leftovers into comforting meals during difficult years across rural America. 15. Wartime milk stretching secrets from vintage cookbooks. During World War II, rationing forced American families to become extremely careful with milk and dairy products. Grandmothers relied on creative methods to stretch every bottle for as long as possible. Some mixed canned evaporated milk with water to replace fresh milk in cooking and baking. Others added powdered milk into soups, mashed potatoes, or casseroles to increase quantity without sacrificing nutrition. Vintage wartime cookbooks often encouraged women to save milk for children while adults drank weaker substitutes made from oats or barley. In many households, leftover milk was never wasted because it could still be used in biscuits, gravy, or puddings. Government pamphlets during the 1940s regularly shared advice about conserving dairy during shortages. These kitchen habits became part of everyday survival across America. For countless families, stretching milk was not simply thriftiness. It was a necessary skill during years shaped by war, rationing, and uncertainty. These forgotten kitchen tricks may sound unusual today, but for generations of American families, they represented survival, resilience, and everyday creativity during some of the hardest moments in history. From bacon grease cans to Dust Bowl salads, every method carried a story that modern kitchens slowly forgot over time. Many of these traditions disappeared when convenience replaced necessity, yet the lessons behind them still remain powerful today. If you enjoyed uncovering these vintage cooking secrets, make sure to subscribe to America's Lost Recipes and turn on notifications for more forgotten food stories, historical recipes, and hidden kitchen traditions that once shaped everyday life across America.